Okay, we're going to get into James 2 today because people will always bring it up and say if you don't have works with your faith, then it's not a true faith. But this passage says nothing of that nature. First, I want to point out that James is written to Jewish Christians. So these are believers, saved individuals. And if you understand how a letter works, it's not written for anyone else. It's for the believers. If it is written for believers and telling the believers not to have a dead faith, then that assumes that they can, in fact, have a dead faith. That does not mean non-existent. If you have a dead faith, that does not mean you do not have faith. James 2 starts out telling them not to have favoritism among everyone, not to treat the poor differently than the rich. People will automatically jump to verse 14 and say, can faith save him? And assume that it's talking about hell. But if they just back up 2 verses, you will understand it's not hell. Nowhere in that passage talks about hell. Verse 12 says, so speak ye, and so do as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. For he shall have judgment without mercy that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoices against judgment. Can faith without works save us from judgment? No, it also can't save us from chastisement. There are at the very least 2 judgments. The judgment seat of Christ, which is for Christians, and the great white throne judgments, which are for unbelievers. Can faith save us from the judgment that we will be going to? The answer is no. Our bad works will be burned up, but ourselves will not be. And that's in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. James is telling us if you have a dead faith, it does not profit anyone, any man around us. That also goes with Titus 3:8 and Matthew 5:16. Our good works, along with our faith, glorify God and profit those around us. This does not say if you don't have works and it's not true faith. It would just be a dead faith, meaning it doesn't glorify God or profit men. Dead here does not mean non-existent. The justification here is justified before man. You are only justified before God by faith, by belief on his Son.